It's a great day to get outside, bro. I'm out here washing some clothes at the laundromat, and I had an epiphany. We choose pain because we won't allow ourselves the gift of true pleasure. Whether you're trying to fight your demons with a bottle or physical harm or even emotional, mental harm, you can talk to yourself, oh, you stupid, oh, you shouldn't have did this, oh, you should have got it perfect every time. But it's like I found that within myself, that was a losing formula every time. And it was crazy because when I used to think like that, be super brutal with myself, even when I did what I wanted to do, I never patted myself on the back for it. I would only wait till I slipped up or I was inconsistent in the area that I wanted to be completely consistent in, that I just berated myself with, insults and shit. It used to be physical harm, nothing like too crazy, but it used to be physical harm, but it was for sure emotional and verbal harm to myself. And until I realized that one, life is more than a to-do list. I was just telling my bro Thomas that the other day. Life is way more than just a to-do list or even the roles that we play. Whatever your job title is, or your dad or your son or your mother, it's like, bro, it's more than that. And if you get caught up in that, it can be so miserable because your true essence knows what you are and what you aren't. And the only time I find myself to be miserable is if I don't listen to my true essence. You feel me? And it's not about voices in your head, because I believe we all have voices in our head. It's not about that. What I found is the less I think, the less I worry, the less I try to even conceptualize things. Like, science is amazing, but I refuse to believe just this one group of people, or even religion, or anybody, any group of people, or every group of people with thinking minds have all the answers. Even myself. It wasn't until recently, in the last year or two, that I realized I don't need to try to one understand everything. I don't need to have all the answers for everything, and I damn sure don't need to preach to nobody. The best thing you can do that I've been doing is just being myself and accepting everybody for who exactly they are, you know. And if you're not doing that, you're probably contributing to somebody else's manipulation, whether it be your kids, anybody. You're probably contributing to some form of manipulation if you feel like, nah, you got to follow my rubric. You got to do exactly as I say. You got to do this. You got to do that. Otherwise, you're not worthy of my even presence. You're not worthy of my praise. You're not worthy of me giving you accolades. And especially when we do that to ourselves, nothing good can come from it. So I stopped taking life so serious. And when I stopped taking life so serious and stopped being such a punisher and stopped being listening to the judge in my head and the judges on the outside and other people's heads, life got happier, life got lighter, life got funnier. Like, let me ask you a question, and I'll end it on this. When's the last time you had a good, hearty laugh? You know what I'm saying? You whether you was with somebody else or even by yourself. And I asked myself that a little while ago, and it used to be very infrequent. It used to be very infrequent. It used to happen every now and then, especially a couple years ago. But now, even when I'm by myself, even when nobody's around, like, I find myself dancing in the mirror and laughing, or I'm thinking of something funny and I'm taking everything with a grain of salt. No matter what label you try to put on anything, or I try to put on anything, good, bad, ugly, try a practice for me. Try stripping away all the labels, all the things that we put titles on, and just look at things as they are. And to do that, you're going to have to slowly dismantle all of your belief systems and the belief systems that were placed upon you to follow. And I'm not saying go out and try to intentionally hurt people, because it's like, oh, fuck it, I don't want to judge it. But it's like, if you just try to look at things as they are without thinking, like, turn your mind off for a second. And I know it may be hard at first, but it's doable. This is what meditation is: focusing on your breath, focusing on something that just is. It don't even got to be your breath, but just focus on anything and just see it as it is. See its essence. See its true essence. And doing that has shown me that everything is one. Like Bob Marley and Nas said, one love. And it wasn't until recently that I figured out what it means, or at least what it means to me. It's one life organism. Everything is a reflection of you, even if you feel like it's not. The things that trigger us emotionally the most are probably the things that we hate that we do ourselves, you know? So keep that in mind, man. I love all y'all. Peace, shalom, love, and light.